And hey, we're going to do the short opening.
It's such a short opening.
It's really short, isn't it?
But hey,
No,
they found the geek spot again.
I mean, people did if they tune in because it's a Tuesday, not a Monday.
That's okay.
Because I was sick.
See, Charles is already here.
Look at where. Oh, I got the wrong thing open. Hey, Charles, I have the wrong John open.
Well, at least you're acting like you're in Philly. That's good.
Yeah, I am in Philly though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I am there. Hold on. I'm gonna echo a second while I get this up.
Oh.
Channel. It's gonna echo for me, not for you.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't want you to echo for me.
No.
So hey, sorry we missed a night. Everybody tuning in. We
you lived through the echoing days already.
Had some stuff coming up, or had some stuff that came up, and just couldn't stop watching the Thor, Love and Thunder. We got Dominic. We got Dylan. Gentlemen, how are you?
Hey. So yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna.
Got my mom. Look at all those people joining in.
That's left.
You got Frank dying over there. It's really nonstop excitement so far on this episode, I feel like.
All right, excuse me. How's everyone doing?
We're all breathing. Better than you seem to be doing at the moment.
Yeah. I have all these news stories, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to fire right off the top with the latest breaking. I need a breaking news thing, too. Latest breaking news. And then we'll get into the hi, how are yous?
Yeah.
We've joked before, and you've made your comments about how you're not excited for Flashpoint.
No.
And you saw my retweet of a tweet of a Facebook post I made 6 years ago where I said I was unhappy with the casting of Ezra Miller.
I did hear that.
And a couple weeks ago, he was arrested in Hawaii, and we made the jokes, and I kept saying, oh, yeah, I definitely think he wants to be in prison. He wants some of that prison cucumber.
You did say that.
And then I got linked from 3 different people today. He was arrested again. Ezra Miller was reportedly arrested again in Hawaii.
I missed this news today because I just walked in the door. What happened?
Yes.
Was it a karaoke fight?
So I'm reading this now because I haven't had a chance to get to it yet, and I would have saved this for the DC stuff, but so many people jumped in early, Matthew and Dom and your mom and Dylan and Charles. The news was broken in a report from Hawaii News Now, which claimed that the actor was arrested on early Tuesday morning on Hawaii Island. According to KITV, Miller was arrested on charges of second-degree assault, though it is unclear at the time of this reporting what led to the charges. Last month, Miller was involved in an incident in Hawaii that led to the disorderly conduct and harassment charges, as well as a temporary restraining order being filed against them by a couple on the island. This couple filed a temporary restraining order and then rescinded it.
Oh, it's apparently for throwing a chair at a woman.
Again.
That hit a woman in the forehead.
Oh my God.
So look, clearly the guy has some issues.
Yeah.
Somebody at Warner Brothers needs to go in and assign him a handler.
Yeah.
To take care of the guy, because if, I don't want him to be the Flash. It is what it is. Yeah. But I don't wish any ill will to the guy.
Right. No,
so,
not at all.
Somebody needs to come in and stop him from attacking the KKK and attacking random women. Because this is now the 3rd or 4th woman.
Yep.
Woman specifically pronouns are they. That they have attacked.
Yes, Ezra's pronouns.
In the last 3 years.
Yep.
While Warner Brothers continues to put him in these other movies.
So he's the Flash. He can do whatever Flash wants. Yes, apparently he thinks that. So Ezra had a prequel to
Flash.
That was going to be pre-Crisis or Flashpoint. I'm sorry,
but it was a comic book, right?
I don't know if it was a comic book or a movie, but that's gone now.
Like I think it was just a comic book, and they put it on hold. With any luck, we don't do Grant or Ezra, and they reshoot it with Wally West.
I don't think they're going to reshoot,
and then all would be right with the world.
I don't think they're going to reshoot as much of the movie as they have filmed, which is apparently the whole movie, basically.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's been done.
No, there's plenty of time.
There was the movie with Kevin Spacey that got reshot completely.
Yeah, I mean I don't know if Kevin was the star when they brought in Christopher Lee. No,
not Christopher Lee. It was a Christopher, wasn't it?
It was Christopher. It was the other. It was the other one from
yes.
Lord of the Rings. No, it was Christopher.
It was All the Money in the World, and
it was
Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, I knew it was a Christopher.
It was a Christopher. Yes, it was a Christopher.
It's Ezra is somebody needs to get a hold of them. Is all.
Yeah,
like needs a handler,
big time,
all the time, and somebody to get their meds right.
And they need to stop drinking.
Yeah, well, look, maybe they are on the right meds, and they really like to party.
And
it's something they need to work on because there's
big time.
There's more going on there than just somebody that's a little bit out there.
If only, Tom, if only there was a superhero who could run back in time and stop Ezra Miller from doing this, says Dom.
Maybe that'll sneak into the Multiverse of Madness somewhere.
That would be wonderful. I have a story for Dom in a little bit too. Did you have anything fun planned over this weekend? Did you play anywhere? Did you do anything?
I didn't. It's a slow April. It was I was busy the first weekend, and then starting next Sunday, I'll be doing
Savitar.
That's actually really good. It's I'll be doing a Schoolhouse Rock at Tatnall High School, so I'll be out of commission for a week or two.
Yeah, our schedule's going to be all jazzed up. I don't know if we're going to have. I don't know if I'll have someone fill in, or if we're just going to take a break for a little bit. We'll kind of figure that out on the fly. But you're kind of in and out the next couple of weeks, right?
Yeah. I think there are 3 of the next 4 I can't be around on Mondays, just from logistical stuff for the musical I'm doing, and music events my kids are doing, and vacations and things like that. But we'll figure it out.
Our tens of followers will be upset.
I did watch all sorts of stuff. At least started. There was Fear the Walking Dead is back.
Yes.
AMC Plus.
Yeah,
I know you love your zombies.
Love the zombies so much.
So a cool thing they did though, so AMC Plus exclusive. So people that might not have that yet, if you do watch Fear the Walking Dead, they dropped an episode that's a little bit of backstory for a few seasons ago, where we had this submarine. Spoilers for 2 years ago. There's a submarine that had active nuclear warheads that got launched into Texas. How did we get there? So they did a backstory on what happens, like a horror movie. What happens if you're on a submarine and the zombie virus shows up?
Oh.
And it's like, and it has a countdown on it. Like, there's 145 crew members. There's 140. There's 135. Like, neat. It was neat to see, like, what do you do on a sub, and who survives and who doesn't, and what do you do? And it gives a backstory to one of the characters that played a big part a few years ago, and like how he ended up where he ended up and why he ended up there.
Does Sean Connery show up and go one ping only?
No.
Unfortunately,
no.
One ping.
And the character's played by the guy from Terminator.
Edward Furlong.
No, the one after that. Nick. What's
Robert
his name?
Patrick.
Nope. Nick. What's his name from the other?
Cassiano. Nope. That's a guy we know.
Wow. That's a deep cut there.
First Nick that came to mind.
I think it was. I forget. Better Call Saul came back last night.
It did. What's this? What season's this?
6.
I'm 5 behind.
That sounds accurate.
It's supposed to be a good season now. Like this is it, right? This is the last season.
It is. They did do a cool little like America's Most Wanted on Saul Goodman clip that aired too that you can find.
Okay.
It's like just 15 minutes long, and it just gives you like a backstory on if like whatever current true crime shows out.
Right.
Did a little thing on him, but it was
Oh,
good.
nice.
Uh,
Nice.
Flash had some exciting stuff last week on the CW.
Really? Is that still on?
It is. You get some Ronnie Raymond is back, or
I've tried to avoid the spoilers of it.
or is he?
I've
You'll
been
have
trying.
to watch.
I'm trying to avoid the spoilers.
Was that Nick Stahl, by the way, is who I was trying to think of.
He was just cast. Robbie Amell. I don't have it on my thing, but since you mentioned it, he was cast in The Witcher season 3. He's got a role in that.
As long as it doesn't interfere with Upload season 3, I'm good.
I don't think there's going to be an Upload season 3 anytime soon.
Maybe. I feel like they slowed down because of the pandemic. It's not like all the other shows that are on TV that are all, we're going to air an episode this week, but not for another month.
Well, that's why I'm not really in a rush to catch up on The Flash or Superman right now, because I have plenty of time.
Flash has been good. They're running straight through. That's why they waited so long.
Oh.
They haven't had any breaks. Yeah. Superman and Lois takes like a month at a pop off.
Yeah. They give you an episode, then they give you a month off, then they give you an episode or two, then another month off.
Yeah. So had that, ended up with a PS5 for the boys.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't let me know they were in stock anywhere. Cool.
That's because I got an app that tells me when they're in stock places.
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, so that was it. Took the kids down to see my mom down in Delaware. It was good. How about you? What have you been up to?
Well, hockey last week. It was a Tuesday game. There was a Wednesday game. I skipped the Friday game. I think there was a Friday game. I don't remember. It all blurred together. Went to a fundraiser on Saturday for a little bit, watched a little of the Sixers, and then went home and got out of there before things got messy. And by messy, I mean woo.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
They've been fun. They've been fun this series.
The Sixers look good. We'll see what happens when they go up in Toronto.
And good's generous, but they've been fun.
I mean, we'll see what happens when they go to Toronto. They've been blowing some games out, but we'll see. I'm wearing the gritty shirt because the tank is in. That's what this is for. We want the Flyers to lose out the rest of the season because no point in them winning at this point. And
wow.
Yeah, it's just they're bad. I would love to sit and talk about that, but maybe me and Dylan can talk about that one day.
Yeah, there you go.
He's a big hockey fan. And I watched a little bit of stuff, but not a lot of stuff. I was a little. I'm still too back on the Ozark. I'll get that this week.
Oh, so, just in time.
Right. So I'm right there for it so I can grab it.
I already forgot everything that happened in the first half of the season. So.
Right. And I know there's spoilers out there, and I'm trying to avoid that also. I have a doctor's appointment on May 6th.
Oh.
See what I'm doing there? I have a doctor appointment.
Yeah, that's clever. It's clever.
Yeah. I'm gonna use that for when I request the day off.
There you go. I will be back. That's the Monday that I'm available. Is the Monday after that drops.
Perfect. That's going to be fun. And I've got two series that I really, really want to dig into that are not as on brand. Like I finished Billions that season. Okay. I finished that out. That was another great season. Corey Stoll is so good in that show.
There you go. He's Yellow Jacket. You're fine.
Yeah. And Paul Giamatti was Rhino for half a minute. So he's in it.
He was. He'll be in Amazing Spider-Man 3.
We maybe hope so.
It's coming out in 2 years.
But so I have the Mayans that season 4 starts tonight, but I'm a whole season behind.
Oh, those are long episodes.
And they're hard. Yeah, they're like 50-minute episodes, but they're long, like the Ozark. And then so I went and I figured, you know what? I watched an episode today and I was like, yeah, I can't do this right now. The other day I watched an episode of The Blacklist. I finally finished the first episode, then watched the second episode, and I'm still a whole season behind on that. So I'm on the struggle bus with stuff right now.
Yeah, I've also been, well, my daughter's randomly decided that Spidey and his Amazing Friends, not Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends, Spidey is like her new favorite show. So it's Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Miles Morales, and Gwen Stacy. All as their spider people, all as little kids.
Right.
With young hippie Aunt May.
And obviously I've kept up with Picard and I'm caught up on Moon Knight, which we'll get to at the end of the show almost. But the things that I have jotted down, it's just a handful of junk stuff like normal. There's a Minecraft movie. Did you know about that?
I did.
Live action.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to see what they're doing with it.
Did you see who they cast as the only role in the movie so far?
I did, which is why I have a feeling I know which direction they're going to go with it.
Yeah. So Jason Momoa was cast as the so far only lead role.
I wonder if we're going to see him stretch his talents a little bit. So there is, a lot of extra fiction out there around Minecraft.
I know none of it.
My kids read one, and actually one of them that I'm looking at on the shelf right now is written by Max Brooks, who is Mel Brooks' son.
Okay.
Who also wrote like World War Z and the Zombie Survival Guide.
Okay.
He wrote it. It's about a guy in the normal world that wakes up on an island.
Oh, okay.
In Minecraft.
Okay. So
how do you survive and interact, and how does that work?
That sounds kind of neat. I would like to see some. I mean, I'm not a big Minecraft fan. I tried playing it, and it just wasn't. I'd rather play No Man's Sky, which is basically Minecraft with way better graphics. The guy that directed Napoleon Dynamite, Jared Hess, is going to direct this
very nice
movie. Yeah.
There is some stuff in the chat that we didn't see.
Correct.
But Charles and Dylan both saw the new Fantastic Beasts. Charles, what did you think? Dylan says he enjoyed it more than the last one, but felt it was too long for the story. I love the Harry Potter movies, and I think we talked about this before, but I love the Harry Potter movies. I'm not a huge fan of J.K. Rowling anymore.
Not a lot of people are.
But I watched the first Fantastic Beasts and was like, eh. And haven't been fully bought in since then. So it's on my list.
Who do you think goes down first hardcore? Do you think J.K. goes down first or Ezra?
I think it's going to be Ezra at this point.
Yeah, me too.
I think Ezra's going to get taken down by Michael Keaton, whose comeback's getting wrecked. I heard Ezra Miller was terrible in Fantastic
Let's
Beasts.
just keep piling on this one. This is the comment.
Yeah.
This is the comment that I'm most excited about right now.
I am so excited to see that movie. I think it looks hilarious. I'm trying to figure out how I can go see it this weekend.
So what Dylan put in the chat was that he saw the Nick Cage movie that I've been raving that I want to see for a while now.
And for Investors Day last week.
He said it was funnier than he anticipated. I might try and pop out Sunday to see it.
So you do that. The wife's out of town, so I got a lot of kid duties.
Yeah, that's all you. What else do I have? Jennifer Grey, remember her?
I do. Married to Phil. Well, was married to Phil Coulson for a very long time.
She was. Definitely does not look the same as she did back in the Dirty Dancing days. Which brings me to my point. She recently sat down with people while she was promoting another movie, one that's coming out that I forgot to write down on purpose. But apparently, she is working with Lionsgate on a script for Dirty Dancing 2.
Okay. Now, did you watch the not behind the movie, but the movies that made us? What's that called? Yeah, toys that made us, right? Movies that made us.
Movies that made us.
The one on Dirty Dancing is fascinating.
It's fabulous. They hated each other on set.
Yeah, and the movie was like gonna tank. Like it wasn't gonna do well, and then out of nowhere on VHS and just ran.
Yeah. And thanks to
the movie company.
Thanks to the magic of technology, we can go back to your question that you asked Dylan about Harry Potter. So he said he thinks there's better Harry Potter stories to tell. The Tom Riddle origin, Snape origin, Harry's parents' origin, lots of great stories outside of Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, beasts, not beats.
I said beats because of this. Because Pete put Dirty Dancing 2 the Electric Boogaloo. Now I'm all on the beat page again.
Breaking. I agree with Dylan about the other stories to tell. I think the premise with this was to not involve anybody from Harry Potter, and then they said, well, shit.
Right. Who wants to watch a movie?
Let's do young hot Dumbledore as Jude Law. and
Better
still
than
nobody
Jared-
else.
Better than Jared Leto.
If you didn't know, it's actually Jared Leto playing Jude Law.
Oh God.
He had a full transformation.
Oh my God. I hate life.
And did you have what Charles has?
I didn't. I forgot about that because not only is Christopher Lloyd in The Mandalorian, but he's going to do a Spirit of Halloween movie.
Like the store?
Yeah.
Like Spirit Halloween? Is it going to be
Yep.
him getting scared as he walks through Spirit Halloween?
don't
Because I would watch it.
I don't know what the premise is, but he's. I wonder if it's going to be something like. Remember the movie Click? Did you ever
It
watch
really
Click?
is about the Spirit Halloween.
It is about the
Sure.
store, but did you ever watch the movie Click with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
With the remote control?
No, but I know what it is.
Okay. It's actually not that bad of a movie.
Is it better than Pixels?
Yeah, by far.
Okay.
And I actually didn't hate Pixels. Like Pixels was not a good movie, but I'm like, I kind of fall into that Adam Sandler, like.
It's Pixels
thing.
is a good, you're doing stuff around the house.
Yes.
And it's on, and you check in and out, and you're
Yes.
like, oh yeah, it's still an Adam Sandler movie. It's good.
It is. It's. I just wish I was one of Adam Sandler's friends.
I need Morbius to come out on streaming so it can be that movie for me. Because Venom in the theater, Venom on like a Sunday afternoon on FX, it's fantastic.
Let me sidetrack again since you mentioned Venom. I mean Morbius, whatever, same movie. Since you mentioned Morbius, my friend Matt, who popped in earlier, he's a truck driver. He went and saw it last week, and he gave it a 7 out of 10.
Oh,
yeah, he thought it was actually pretty good. And a lot of what I'm hearing more and more of is the movie isn't that bad. The end credit scene destroys the movie, and I don't even know what the end credit scene is yet, and I'm still, And then Dom asked, what's up with these decade-late sequels between Dirty Dancing 2 and Top Gun 2? Top Gun 2 filmed 800 hours of film, as much as the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy for Top Gun.
And it also filmed it all like 3 years ago.
Right. I don't know why. But another movie that is coming out in June 2023, still so far, that I'm super excited about. Mads Mikkelsen is starring in this one, or co-starring in this one, I should say. Indy 5.
Oh, yeah. Which
he says that it will feel epic like the original Raiders movie. He said they're going back to the first and second film and getting that original feel.
Okay. I heard Harrison Ford was apparently running circles around people on set too.
No, stop it. No, he wasn't.
No, that like he was in fantastic shape.
Oh.
And actually running circles around some of the younger cast.
Oh.
Where they couldn't keep up with him.
Oh, good for him then.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to break his leg more often.
It was all the steroids. It was fine. He didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah. Let me see.
It was actually Jared Leto as Harrison Ford.
I hate you.
Just he did the transformation.
Is Jared Leto the engineer in WandaVision 2 that I'm waiting for?
That's the end credit scene for Morbius. It's spoiled for you now. Sorry. But that's what it is.
That would make sense. Kiefer Sutherland's been talking to people. There's been a lot of they're going back to they're talking about Stand By Me. There's a lot of chit chat going on about Stand By Me and stuff, and there's a lot of like remembering it. I guess it's coming up on an anniversary. But Kiefer Sutherland is willing to reprise his role as Jack Bauer if the story is good.
Stand By Me.
In Stand By Me, yes.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't realize his character in there grew up to be Jack Bauer.
No, well, he was a bad guy, right? But he would go back to 24 if the original showrunner would come back and if the story was actually good and made sense. So he's not he's not going to just go back. It would have to be something that would he thinks that there's still untold stories for Jack Bauer. I love 24, but I think the man has been through enough as a character.
Look, the reboot wasn't bad.
I didn't watch all of it. I started to watch a little bit.
Corey Hawkins is his name.
Yeah, he was in the
great.
NWA movie. He was Dr. Dre.
Yeah, he was great. He was also on Fear the Walking Dead. I don't know if you've seen that show.
Yes.
But yeah, he was great on the 24 remake, and the woman that played his wife is Starfire on the Titan show.
Okay.
But yeah, I liked the reboot of 24 just fine. It was good.
Yeah. Do you care about the Ted TV show?
Ted, like
Ted,
the
like
like the
Seth
bear,
MacFarlane Ted?
like the teddy bear.
Yeah. They're doing a prequel.
Oh,
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane's actually going to come back and voice Ted in a live action show. The series will take place in 1993, long after Ted's initial fame has waned. John is now 16 years old, and Ted may or may not be the best role model as his human best friend is starting to come of age. So teenage John will be played by Max Burkholder, who played the young son in 2013's The Purge. Didn't see that.
great movie. Love The
Okay.
Purge. Okay, he was good. He's been in other stuff.
Also joining the cast is Georgia Wiggum from 13 Reasons Why as John's college-age cousin. Blair and Scott Grimes as John's father, Matty.
Okay. Bob has something in the chat too about the Stand By Me thing.
I see that. Bob, that's a friend of mine under a quick Twitch name. But yeah, so I Will Wheaton has been making the rounds talking about how his parents kind of abused him, forcing him into acting. And I'm not sure if it was physical abuse or not. But
maybe that's why Wheaton's not back for the last season of Picard.
But he was on a TV show with Jerry O'Connell, and they had some touching moments apparently.
Oh, Jerry O'Connell's new TV show.
Yes.
So Max Burkhalter makes sense to do that because he also has been on 23 episodes of Family Guy and voiceovers.
That makes a lot of sense.
And American Dad.
Yeah, that makes.
He was on Parenthood. Is probably a bigger claim to fame. He was also the pudgy kid in Justin Bieber on the Cleveland show.
Oh, really?
And Harry Potter on the Cleveland show. Little Max, whatever the dude's name is, Max Burkholder.
Yeah.
Trivia there for you.
Max Burkholder.
Oh yeah, I did also watch the new Doctor Who episode. Painfully bland. Painfully bland.
Not good.
No, it's they. I don't even know how to describe the show anymore. I'm just waiting for the year to be over and for us to get a new Doctor.
Wow.
Chris Chibnall's writing is great.
Really
it's
good.
Sucking the joy out of anything you like about the Doctor Who. He made a pirate show about aliens that took over a pirate ship hundreds of years ago and traveled through time. Boring.
Yeah.
Which sounds hard to do, right?
Yeah.
Because it is hard to do. But Chris Chibnall found a way to make this new episode of Doctor Who so dull that I didn't even care once I got to the end of it, except for the fact that I'm just waiting for the new Doctor. Which should be announced soon is the latest thing that I saw.
Matt is close to right. They're not replacing Blade with Tyrese Gibson, but he is family. He posted an Instagram picture of Blade with his face saying "We on." So he's sparking rumors that he has been added to the cast of Blade. I highly doubt they would actually replace Mr. Ali. I'm not going to get his name right. Mahershala Ali with Tyrese Gibson. That would be an absolute ridiculous replacement. But stranger things have happened, right? You had mentioned, and I want to get this right. You wanted me to mention that a 68-year-old Danny Elfman was at Coachella.
Was one of the headliners.
One of the headliners. And he did a bunch of his famous movie themes.
He did some Oingo Boingo.
He did some Oingo Boingo.
He did some Simpsons.
Did some Simpsons.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Did the Batman
The dude
theme.
looked great. The dude did the show with his shirt off and is ripped.
Yeah. I have a picture of him here. I'll share that real fast just for fun. For those watching that can see this. Danny Elfman looks great for his age.
100%. And
That's
it's his first time performing.
That's a 68-year-old man.
And it's his first time performing in like 30 years because he has such bad tinnitus that he hasn't been able to do live shows. Some of the members of his band, though, Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit played guitar for the band.
Nice.
The drummer for one of the Guns N' Roses drummers over the year, and the drummer for A Perfect Circle was the drummer for the band, and one of the guitar players from Oingo Boingo was also playing with him.
That's phenomenal.
But like they did all full live orchestra behind him too. That did like The Simpsons and the Batman theme, and I watched a bunch of clips, and it was awesome. But like they brought that guy to Coachella. Let's think about that, which is great.
Yep. He did the Spider-Man main title, Breakfast Machine from his quirky first film score, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Ice Dance, the grand finale from Edward Scissorhands, Alice's theme from Alice in Wonderland, the Batman theme from Tim Burton's Batman, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And a lot of the Twitter things are dropped for copyright.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was cool and ties in
phenomenal.
because he did so many of the soundtracks that we all love over the years that like maybe we see a little bit more of those guys getting some love that are doing that. I mean, 9 Inch Nails sold out in 30 seconds at the Met in Philly.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Well, Trent Reznor's doing soundtrack work now. He did the Watchmen soundtrack for the show and something else recently. I'm
going to a concert in August at Parks.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
What are you going to?
Blondie.
Oh, it's in your generation. That'll be good for you.
That was dropped in my lap. I can't complain. Yeah. Apparently that sold out pretty fast too.
Yeah, Debbie Harry is the same.
We're the same age.
No, you're not.
No, she's a little older.
A little bit.
By 30 years.
No.
20? She's in her 70s, right?
I don't know. No, they were late 70s. It's when they hit. So she's probably like 62, 63.
She is 76.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
She was that age when Blondie hit. That's surprising.
Yep. She hit late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, the band's still the original band too, so
that's amazing.
It is.
You don't see that.
No.
Except for like U2.
Yeah.
Hope they come around soon. Star Wars-ish. Couple quick Star Wars hits here. Liam Neeson.
Oh God.
How big is sorry, wrong show. Liam Neeson is open to returning as Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, still, huh?
But only in the movies. He is a TV snob, and he really prefers to be on the big screen.
Him and Nick Cage.
So I'm assuming that washes out a chance of a possible cameo, unless this is one of those, look at this over here while this is going to happen over here kind of a thing.
Funny part about that, most of his movies are released straight to TV anymore.
If I had a rim shot, Sam.
We'll work on it.
Speaking of the Obi-Wan show, Rupert Friend, who is the main Inquisitor, the Grand Inquisitor?
Yeah, the main Grand Inquisitor. He said in a quote, "If it's possible to be any more excited than folks already are, I would be. I think the series is one of the most thrilling additions to the Star Wars canon. I think Ewan McGregor is doing things with that role that is a dream for fans of the original film. You know, we can't obviously have Alec Guinness back, but I think Ewan was absolutely born to play that part. And wonderful cameos from people I obviously can't tell you, but Easter eggs galore. Yeah, it's a thrilling ride." Interesting.
39 days from today, that show comes out.
All right.
So
I'm in. Is it that long still? Wow.
Still.
All right.
And then there's a quote from Bryce Dallas Howard, who was college friends with Natalie Portman and actually was on the set of the prequel trilogies because Natalie was young and kind of timid, so she brought her friend along. So she kind of got an early, I guess it didn't help. It helped, didn't help that her dad's Ron Howard.
I was going to say, I feel like her dad may be a big deal too.
as Bryce is doing the Ahsoka show, she says, and this might make you happy. Without giving anything away, you're going to love the Ahsoka show that's coming up. I can't tell you anything, but what I can say is that you being a fan of the Clone Wars will be greatly rewarded.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Didn't they tie that up though? Didn't they kind of tie her up with the Clone Wars stuff?
Yeah, but I mean, if the only way you would know her is if you're a fan of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, unless you watch Rebels. But
her character on Rebels is completely different than if she was in Clone Wars.
Okay, fair.
So yeah, I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for that too.
Let's just get to it.
Basically,
this announcing stuff like 3 years before it comes out is killing me.
I know. Over in the DC world, Gal Gadot gave a Wonder Woman 3 update.
It's coming out in 17 years?
Yeah, it's coming out possible 2023, 2024. They're working on the script.
There's no way it's coming out in 2023.
Yeah, that's the update. Unless
nope.
The big rumor now is that the WB / Discovery, they're going to shake up the whole DC movie franchise, and they're currently searching for their own Kevin Feige.
Whatever.
I want to take a step back and just say, find your Kevin Feige, move at your own pace. Ignore what Marvel did. Do your own thing.
They're not doing any of that.
They're not. They've stumbled and fell too many times now. They're looking to
and they already have movies planned and ready to go for another 2 years. So
yeah.
And they're not. Tell you what, when Black Adam makes $1.5 billion, they're not gonna throw it all away.
No, not at all. And that'll make the money because of The Rock.
That's what I'm saying. They're not gonna throw all that money away by going, oh, sorry, Mr. Johnson, we have to reboot you.
No. So now Discovery views Superman as a top shelf character they need to use. So they're gonna revitalize Superman, which I'm assuming is going to mean that Henry's out.
It's fine.
And they're going to take the girl that's playing Supergirl and kind of make her front and center. Then they'll fill a Superman in. They'll
make the same shitty mistake they all make with Superman now.
It sucks, unfortunately.
They take the easy way and be like, well, we can't beat him, so let's make him bad, and then have people beat him because he's bad now. All right, whatever. It's a tired trope. I don't know if you saw a crossover with this. Is this coming up about Black Adam?
No.
So the reason Black Adam was pushed is because every soundstage, when they went to do their reshoots in March for the release, was booked and being used by Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh. That's pretty funny.
So there wasn't anything, so they had to push their reshoots out by 2 months till May, which is why the movie got pushed out to the fall.
That makes a lot of sense. No, Dom's right. DC is a complete shit show right now.
Yeah, it's.
But HBO Max is churning out good DC stuff.
Maybe.
Well, what about the Wonder Twins movie that's coming out?
Oh, Jesus. It's another comic thing they revitalized. I haven't read the new ones. I'm sure it's going to be based on that. Because we don't base things on classic stories that everybody loves. We have to go with the newer versions.
Did you ever watch Riverdale?
I did. Okay. For 2 years.
KJ Apa is going to be the guy. Is going to be Zan.
All right. Well, he doesn't have to dye his hair anymore. That's good.
Yeah.
He's kind of dumb. He can play a good Zan.
And the star of 1883, Isabel May, is going to be Jaina.
Okay.
So
I wonder how low budget they're going to go, because I guarantee you her turning into ice cubes every week isn't going to do it. Or is that him? Is it him? She's a form of bird.
She's an animal. And he's liquids and
yeah, he can turn into a puddle.
He can turn into a puddle.
She's a pelican.
They could just film a puddle.
It'll be great.
Well, don't forget.
No, but you need the face in the puddle talking.
Oh yeah. Well, you can.
Or the ice cube. It'll be great.
Don't forget. In the Arrowverse, Geek is still running around.
Maybe.
Don't forget.
If there's any shows left.
Well, that Batwoman season 3. wrapped up most of its plots, but ended with a tease of a potential season 4 big bad. So it seems like they kind of knew that they might not be coming back, so they wrapped everything up.
Well, the weird thing with that is I remember they got picked up for season 2 and 3 at the same time.
Right.
And it was assumed that was going to be it.
Right. So they wrapped up, but they left a little bit of a cookie dangle so that if they get a 4, they have somewhere to go.
Latest rumor now.
Go ahead.
Are you getting there with the latest rumor for that part?
Well, I don't have the rumor part, but I just have the basically Legends season 7 ended on a huge cliffhanger where they were I guess they were like, oh sure, they're gonna pick us up. They always pick us up, and they left you with a cliffhanger, and now we're not sure what's going on with them or Naomi.
Legends lays everything in a cliffhanger. So the story is right now that there's 4 shows with the CW that may or may not be picked up for full runs next season.
Right.
2 will be picked up.
So that's Batwoman, Legends, Naomi,
and Gotham Knights, which is doing its pilot right now.
So Gotham Knights is definitely going to go because they got the pilot, right?
I don't know. No? I feel like there was an Arrow in the Canaries pilot that
it's true.
That didn't get picked up. So the problem is, like I said earlier, we're extending out this hype cycle till before there's even a product and trying to get people excited about a thought.
But CW has introduced a new show almost every year. Right?
They have.
Have they reached the end of their rope now because of maybe Discovery?
I think that's part of it. The CW is looking to get sold out from under them anyway. Oof. Discovery already owns enough TV stations.
Right.
So I think I don't know what they'll do. I think Naomi's a really smart show. It'll go to shit in season 2 because it's on the CW.
That's what
Stargirl also hasn't been picked up or not picked up yet. Season 3 is done.
Okay.
And will be out probably when Flash is done.
Right.
That show's been well done.
And the Flash is only supposedly now, I think we talked about it last week real fast, but they're going to shorten their season 9 and they're just going to end it because
thank God
Joe is gone to a pilot. He went to another pilot. We did mention that last week.
That's right. The show's a hot mess.
It kind of is, yeah.
Barry's in it less every week.
You keep saying that, but he's leveling up.
He is. He's leveled up, which is why he doesn't need to be in the show anymore. So everybody else has a chance.
So the story we'll shift over to Marvel and head towards the end of the road here. According to Digital Domain VFX supervisor Kelly Port from Spider-Man No Way Home, Thomas Hayden Church and Reese Ifans, right? Is that right? Ifans? They didn't film any new material for Spider-Man No Way Home. So all the scenes with their 2 characters were basically unused or just CGI'd shots. They did film new voices. They did film new lines. They recorded lines for it, but they weren't actually ever physically there because their characters didn't play a strong enough role to actually warrant them coming out and going through all the protocols, I guess.
That's fun.
Yeah, it worked. It worked. I mean, it worked. And so if you remember watching a movie, the Daredevil scene when he catches the brick,
yes,
you can tell his hands. Now that you're watching it, you'll notice this. You probably didn't notice it before. I didn't. His hands curved more than what you would curve around a brick because originally it was a snow globe that was coming at him that he caught, and they decided to change it to a brick. So, but they never fixed his hand.
Got it.
So that's neat.
It's interesting.
And the Guinness Book of World Record holder Ramiro Alanis from Florida has viewed Spider-Man from December 21st to March 22nd 292 times, which beats Dom by about 4 or 5, I think. Right? But 292 times. You did the math the other day. It was what? 2 times a day? 4 times a day?
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's insane.
Yeah, that's a lot of Spider-Man. It's good. It's not that good.
I've watched it twice since I bought it when it came out.
All right.
But that's also a movie that I can push play and work and
check in on
it because I know what's going to happen.
Make sure Petey's still doing okay.
Pete's all right. He's a little hard. His heart is a little messed up right now.
He got dealt a shit hand.
He really did. So the last two little things that are here on my plate are the Thor trailer.
What? There was a Thor trailer.
I heard something about a Thor trailer.
I know. You were busy watching it last night. You said, I don't have time for this
was.
podcast. I got to watch this trailer.
And this Moon Knight
analyze
it out. I'm going to share this real fast because The Boys, the TV show The Boys,
heard it.
Their Twitter account took a shot at Thor. So The Boys back on April 18th, or back on May 18th, when they released their trailer, they tried to go trailer for trailer with Taika Waititi. And when he finally released it, they replied, "A month late, but we'll take it."
Eric Kripke and crew were great, man.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the trailer?
I really, really liked it. Like, I really thought that was such a good trailer. They're without really giving a lot of people I'm reading Dom's comment. Some people have no lives. They did a lot without giving away a lot. Like, they gave you just enough to really tease it without giving away a lot, unless you really, really pay attention to some stuff.
I bet they gave us the first 15 minutes of the movie.
That's what I kind of think too. I think all of that happens. So at the beginning of the trailer, the costume change was awesome. Getting that old school Thor costume with the wings, that was great. That was a great couple of quick seconds. The training, the Fat Thor training montage is great. And his hat, so I looked up some stuff on it. His hat is an Avengers hat that says greatest Avenger still, or strongest Avenger still.
Yeah.
It's taped out and it has that on his hat.
Doesn't say Point Break?
No, it does not say Point Break. The magical goats, which I'm not as familiar with, but you read
they're Odin's.
You know them.
They're Odin's.
He
rides in the comics. He rides them a lot.
Yeah,
their names are not things I can pronounce. Oh no, are they?
They changed them, I think. Yeah, I think they changed their names.
Tooth Gnasher and something else, I think, are their names.
They are Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder.
Oh, look at me pulling that out
right there. Yeah. But the barge, if as it goes by, it's a party barge. So it's it looks like he's going to be off partying and having a good time in the beginning of the movie.
Is it?
Maybe.
Is it from the multiverse?
Maybe.
Little what if Thor?
Maybe. The picture that they show of Zeus, like the lightning bolt he's holding, looks like a toy.
Yeah. Well, it's Russell Crowe playing Zeus too.
Yeah, it is.
What excites me about that, and we haven't gotten any spoilers on casting, is that we will get Hercules in the Marvel universe, which will be amazing. Because the comic book version of Hercules is a blast.
Yeah, you've mentioned that. There's a scene in the trailer that apparently is literally taken right out of a comic book. It's like a panel right out of a comic book where Falagar is the big white dragon-looking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what Falagar is. But Thor standing on top of the mountain looking at it, I saw it was a side-by-side thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's exactly like they said they literally lifted that out and put that in the movie and filmed it. And it was great. It's the scene that really kind of threw me off was the scene of all the cruise ships outside of New Asgard. That was kind of weird.
Well, and then we cut back over to Valkyrie in a suit and just It's I feel like after the second snap, maybe it gets touristy.
Maybe
for them to make money.
She's known as King Valkyrie.
Yeah.
In this. What else was on I'm looking for the good stuff. The scene where Star-Lord's talking to everybody and Thor keeps leaning over to keep his view. That was pretty funny.
The two of them are fantastic together. I'm concerned that the Guardians won't be in it enough. But I think the times that they're in it will be really well done.
I think too that this is most of this is the first 15 minutes of the movie, and then the whole Natalie Portman scene will be a little bit later on. But the Mjolnir that she's holding is Thor's Mjolnir.
Yeah, because it's shattered and put back together is the way that it looks.
So it's not the variant Mjolnir.
What I think is, we don't know what happened to that.
They never said anything. She just crumbled it. And it fell.
No. He got a new one in Infinity War. Because Cap
wasn't that the variant? That's the variant one.
Yeah.
He never sent that back.
That's what I mean.
Right, but Cap takes that back with him.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know that. He did.
when he gets up on that platform,
I don't think
he has Mjolnir with him.
Does he?
Yes, sir. I will bet watching an episode of The Walking Dead on that.
Oh, I'll take that bet.
Does Cap return Mjolnir?
Given that the comic storyline is so famous, I wonder what the twist is going to be with Natalie Portman, where if they're going to play where he doesn't know that it's Jane Foster. Because I think that's tough because everybody knows that it's Jane Foster already. Well,
this picture, hold on. Let me share this real fast before we move on. This picture from this is a screen grab from is that Party Thor from What If? With the fur cape? No? That's not Party Thor.
No.
Okay.
All right. Dom confirms that Cap took Mjolnir back.
I'm telling you, I said that too.
All right.
He took it back to he returned everything
when he went and somehow put the Aether back in Natalie Portman.
Well, that's a whole different story that he's not going to get into. We don't want to talk about how he put it back in her.
Yeah.
Didn't Thor take it out of her?
Yeah.
Rocket took it out of her.
Yes.
Rocket used a little.
Yeah.
So maybe he just went back in and
did something.
Gave her an injection.
Yep. Anyway.
He injected this.
So Moon Knight.
Yeah, let's get away from that before we get in trouble. What did you think?
Of which? Where are we at? Moon Knight?
Oh, we're at Moon Knight. We're not at the Mjolnir thing anymore.
It's still fine. I'm excited that we're seeing possibly the third personality. Well, we will see the third personality. We'll see the Jake Lockley personality. But I mean, I'm still not super sold on the show.
No.
I get why they're going the route they are. I just like the character so much that I'm still not bought in on the dumb Stephen Grant personality. It wears me out.
Gotcha.
Moon Knight was like super cool.
Yeah.
Moon Knight is not super cool in this when he's Stephen Grant, which he's been Stephen Grant most of the show. When he's Mark Spector, he's awesome.
Right. You don't like the bumbling guy.
No, I don't like bumbling in my superheroes unless it's a bumbling superhero and that's their whole thing. Cool.
Like Clark Kent is a little bumbling.
Like Booster Gold Blue Beetle. Like that's kind of their thing. But when they got to get down to it, they get down to it. But like the way they're playing that dichotomy of that, and like I still don't get like how were they separate? How long has Stephen Grant been around? How did he have a job?
Right.
Like it doesn't make sense with the storyline they're doing. So I'll keep watching. The action scenes are good.
The action scenes are very good.
I do not hate Oscar Isaac.
I like to hear that. I like to hear that.
I enjoy him as Mark Spector, like I said.
More than Poe Dameron?
Yeah, look, the third movie ruined Poe Dameron for me.
What? So I missed the Rama Tut thing. I didn't catch that until I saw it online.
What was the Rama Tut thing?
Rama Tut was on the back of the guy's jacket that he beat up on the roof.
Oh.
That's the Kang Easter egg. That Kang is Rama Tut, and Rama Tut is active in this. Yeah,
I saw that. I saw that some of the bodies or whatever. I'm missing the word, but some of the people that are the avatars.
Oh, avatars. Okay.
For the embodiments of the other Greek or Egyptian gods, one of them is going to play a bigger role because she's in the comics.
Right.
In a way, we'll see. I mean, I think that's all an interesting play. I don't know. It's for doing such a connected universe. I don't see how this is going to connect out to anything else in Marvel. So I don't
think they meant. I think they're kind of treating it as a solo, like if it doesn't connect, it doesn't connect. Like they're not purposely trying to.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm leaving room to reserve judgment on the show, but I'm not like stoked every week to watch it. Still, I'm just watching it.
I'm into it, but I'm a little more into Picard right now. But that's a whole other thing.
I'm not hate watching like I do The Flash.
Right.
I'll put it that way.
Right. All right. So here's a couple quick questions from this website from that episode. Why did Layla need a fake Egyptian passport? That's not
that she put her name on.
Yes. Theory is we've seen a few Jack scenes already. You go back and watch. Oscar gives a real strong. Yeah.
I mean, we got it. Oh, you think that we've seen him with Jake?
Yeah, that he actually dropped the New York accent a couple of times.
I'll have to. I don't remember that. I'll have to maybe I'll go back and try and watch it and be more into it in general. But I mean, we just saw the one where they cut out and it was clearly Jake that they cut to because he is definitely the dick of the three of
them. Why was Khonshu banished before? I mean, that's a good little thing that they can probably go back to at some point, right?
That part is part of Egyptian mythology, though. Like Khonshu's just kind of rowdy. Ra went after Khonshu.
Right.
Ra ended up the sun god was the son of Khonshu, and then overtook his father and kicked him out of everything.
Oh, because he had the Goa'uld inside of him, and that's when Jack O'Neill killed him.
Yes.
Stargate.
I know.
Okay.
Let's let you go.
Is Khonshu's sky trick hurting other planets when they turn back the sky? This is something that I kind of thought of is when they stood on the thing and suit Moon Knight turned back the sky with them.
That was a little much.
There's a lot. Why didn't Doctor Strange and Wong react to Khonshu's sky change?
Like overpowered a little bit? Little overpowered.
That's a good question, though, isn't it?
For a guy that just gets in fistfights all the time. Like, if you can do that, do you really need to get in a fistfight with somebody? I think not.
No. But why didn't Doctor Strange or Wong get involved when they messed with the sky?
Because it wasn't something one of them messed up, and that's the only time they get involved.
Cool.
If it's not a wizard, they don't care.
Gotcha.
Where were they when a celestial popped out of the fucking ocean?
That's true. And Wong was definitely around then.
And he was definitely the Sorcerer Supreme.
Unless they forget stuff by now.
Maybe. We'll see if Loki blew everything up.
Is Moon Knight invincible? Seeing that he had 5 spears or 4 spears.
I don't. That's the thing. Like, I don't know what they're doing with the character. I don't understand it, and they're not explaining it yet.
No. And question that I have is, what happens now that Khonshu's back to being a rock? Does he have powers anymore? That's the
thing. Like, he doesn't have powers in the comics.
Right. Well, but according to this, he's got powers because of Khonshu, right?
Right. Not in the comics.
Right.
But in the show, yes.
In the show, now that Khonshu's a rock, does he still have powers?
He shouldn't, but he's still crazy.
Right. I was going to say, is
it really even Khonshu coming to him, which apparently it is because there's all these other Egyptian gods that he goes and talks to.
Right. Now, is he just going to be a schizophreniac now for the next episode until he breaks the rock?
Maybe. I don't know. I like I said, I'm not hate watching it like I do a lot of several shows, but I'm just going through it on this one till they resolve it, and then I go, oh, that was what it was. That's cool. Hopefully.
So the excuse me. So that the Enad, is that what it's called? Where he called all the Egyptian gods together?
Sure.
Enid. That's what they're saying it. There were only 4, or were there 5 at that meeting?
I think there was 4 plus Khonshu.
Okay, so shouldn't there be 9, right?
There's
9 Egyptian gods now.
If they're all still around,
I was going to say, could that be a tie-in to Thor?
No. I mean, in Egyptian mythology, they don't all make it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like Osiris is the god of the underworld,
right?
And gets killed by Horus, I believe. And there's a lot of the Egyptian mythology is way darker than like Greek mythology. It's more like Greek mythology meets the Titans and any of the other things than regular Greek mythology. So it's a lot darker, and there's a lot of sons killing fathers and all that good stuff in Egyptian.
Ah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with Moon Knight. New episode Wednesday. You'll see what you're doing with the guest host the next few weeks. If you're pulling some, we'll keep everybody up to date. Thanks again for finding the show. Make sure you drop us a rating. If you are listening to the podcast after the fact, I'm sure it's posted every Wednesday. So you can check that out. Tell a friend, have them listen to that, have them find us streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, wherever's convenient for you. Give us a like and subscribe. And thanks for finding the Geek Spot as always.
Thanks, guys.